again, it just tells the story of the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Hey guys, well, we are back. Oh boy, hey Keza. So yeah, we sadly have a cop down. So I thought maybe we would check this out. I've got a few different
I do hear you. I hear you. Yes. Hello. I hear you.
I have a few different feeds, and I thought maybe, let's see, I'll get out of here. I put this a little bit back. Yeah, horrible. So we've got this, and then we've got, if you come over here, this is what it's looking like from the air. So there's no volume with this, but we will keep bouncing back. I'm gonna put this up here, and okay, for now we can see what we can learn. Crank it up as usual.
Yeah, I'm here in Northeast. We're at Quarles Street and Kenilworth Avenue Northeast. So I'm still in Northeast DC. So he's saying, yeah, definitely have it here. Do you want to slide this? Yeah. Slide here so this big sign's not mainly in your way. Okay. So I'm going to start off here, and we'll kind of just show you've got all these police vehicles. We believe it happened here. And just kind of go with it. And Sky Fox is up above too. Yeah, make sure you're high. So if you pass this way, you'll see where this whole area, all these police officers, they're just kind of walking around here. Can you see down that street? Once you come up closer to me by a few feet, I want that pole in your way. There you go. So if you look down the street, if you happen to, all those cops are there.
And it's not even Friday, guys.
And hey, can someone let, if you're listening, I just sent some more stuff into Slack remote edit. It is there if they want it. Yeah. Fuck the low battery, God damn it.
Just wow. Okay.
We can kind of show that. Start this. We believe it happened. We've been told. Okay, that's cool. Right here it happened on Kenilworth Avenue, kind of like right below us here. You see police here, but stay with us. If you go to Skyfox, maybe show the both, our ground shots and Skyfox at the same time, because I don't want to be narrating stuff and people. I know, but you can't go. Okay. All right. All right. A little bit slightly. Here we go. Stand by. See your camera. No, let's go. We're on.
I don't even know what caused this altercation, guys.
Yep.
But they say officers.
I'll be out of the way. So there we come this way, that way.
So I think I've got all the feeds that are going right now. We've got one from the sky.
Hey there, Kenneth and Sharon. We are told that this DC police officer was shot here on Kenilworth Avenue, right behind me here. We're at Quarrel Street Northeast. Eastern Avenue is across the way. And if you see here, there are some officers kind of alongside the ledge looking over to Kenilworth Avenue, which is slightly below us. And we're told that is where the officer was shot about an hour or so ago. And we don't know a condition of the officer. We don't know if it was during an exchange of gunfire or a traffic stop of some sort, but we believe it happened right here on Kenilworth Avenue. As we're going to kind of pan left and right along the roadway here, where you see a large police presence. And earlier, when we were with you at the top of the hour, we were over at Kenilworth Park and Aquatic Gardens, where we did see a DC police helicopter land in an open field surrounded by DC police, Metro Transit police, Housing Authority police, keeping everyone away. And a U.S. Park Police helicopter was about to land. The DC police helicopter took off and left here. We are not sure if that is what transported the officer to the hospital. We don't know anything about the officer, his or her condition, but this is where it happened. We do have Skyfox above the scene to show you that the traffic issues along this main artery here of 295 Kenilworth Avenue is just going to be a mess for a while. Traffic is actually moving in kind of the outbound, northbound direction past the scene here, but we believe the inbound lanes are closed because we see officers kind of processing what appears to us to be the crime scene right here. And the DC police spokesman, Tom Lynch, told me, yeah, this is where it happened. And that's why you see this police presence. And we'll kind of pan off to the right and left here and just kind of show you from the ground what we're seeing. You're seeing it from Skyfox as well. But this is the investigation here. We don't see police officers, guys, poised as if they're on the lookout for someone, the potential gunman. But we have not heard anything about a potential arrest. And as we keep swinging the camera left here, you'll see there are a lot of police and detectives on foot scouring this area, going into the housing complexes around here. Not sure what they're looking for. Witnesses, perhaps this was a suspect on foot who got away. I wish we knew those details. We just don't. But you can see plainclothes and telling them what happened. What do you know? Okay, yeah. Stay with this guy. I think he may have seen something. All right, sorry, YouTube. I had to take that call. I say YouTube. It's those of you watching this live coverage on our YouTube channel. This is a DC police scene here, Northeast Washington, DC. You got it. Okay, we'll have a scene for you. They're investigating on the highway, and they're up here talking to someone, I think, who saw something. Let me just ask Tom Lynch something. He is a police spokesman. Tom, do you know if the chief's coming out or anything?
I don't know anything about that at this point.
Okay. Just asking if the chief was coming out. Yeah, Mason, we'll have a shot for you. So if you're watching us on YouTube, I'm trying to talk to folks here on the scene and our producers on the phone and in my ear, but this is a scene of a police officer shot in Washington, D.C., Northeast D.C., probably 4 or 5 miles, almost due east, slightly north of inbound, coming southbound, inbound, it's blocked. South, it's blocked, right? The traffic you see going past is the northbound. And so anyway, there was a shooting this afternoon, an hour and a half ago, maybe now, on DC 295, which is Kenilworth Avenue right here in Northeast DC. And this is what you're looking at, the police investigation. You have DC police officers, Metro Transit police, that's our subway system here, and also the Housing Authority police are on the scene. We don't know the condition of the officer. We initially had heard he was shot in the head. We don't know anything about that. And I'm just reading a couple things here.
That's serious. So what I'm curious about here is, okay, we got daylight here, but then when I bump over here,
Coming over here.
to show you this, what's going on here, it's dark. So I'm a little confused. Lots going on. There's a shite ton of cops. Make sure to share this out, guys. And smash that thumb for me, please. Wow.
Right, we're off. Do you want us to back?
Yeah.
Where do you want us to be?
I'd say like get over on
behind
this
this?
corner up here because we're just taking this.
Thank you, Tom. All right, thank you. They're moving us a little bit, but we're going to still be able to put up a shot. All right, so if you are watching us here on YouTube, yeah, just hug the corner. Sure, sure. So basically, this is the scene here in Northeast DC. We believe it's a male police officer, perhaps shot in the head, not sure of the circumstances or his condition, if it is indeed a male police officer, but this is the investigation here. And what you're looking at is that is a DC police car heading northbound in the southbound lanes of DC 295 Kenilworth Avenue, where the shooting happened. That roadway is closed. The outbound northbound 295 is open at this point, but the major investigation is here on Kenilworth Avenue, inbound lanes. And in the neighborhood here where we are, they've been also like going into some of the different neighborhoods here. We don't know what exactly they're looking for, witnesses, suspects.
Unreal. Cops everywhere. Now they're saying that
up here in a minute, but this is the
it might have been a shot to the head.
Shooting here in Northeast DC this evening. A DC police officer shot and wounded.
Oh, Candace, I'm sorry. Have you called? Make sure everybody's safe? Make sure and share this out, you guys. There's not a lot of reporting on it right now.
Guys, they're taking it to
Oh, Lordy.
they went from that phone call. I pulled back to there. Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
No. Thanks, Tom. I'm calling you.
So we've got this, but we've also got from the helicopter. I'm not sure why it's darker here, though. I'm a little confused. Okay, yeah, I don't blame you, Candace. I'm sure they're fine, but I would be doing the same thing.
What to do is see over all those cops there, maybe start there, and then once you know you're on, pan left to where they're at. I think that guy Do you want to come to me at all instead of having Sharon have to do it all, or what do you think, Mason?
Wow, look at them all.
Okay. All right,
I don't even know
I don't know if you
started
see him in the shot there, but at the front of the car, he's now being partially blocked, but he's got a ball cap on, and he's been, pointing out things, and they've been talking to him more than anyone else. I don't know if that's the partner of the officer who was shot or happened to witness it, but they've been definitely talking to him.
Oh, Lordy. Damn Hannibal.
So if you're watching on YouTube, that's why we're showing you this guy. He's taking a drink of water, but he's been also talking to the investigators. We think he is either the partner of or witnessed what happened here to the officer shot this afternoon.
Oh, my goodness. Like, the world's just going batshit crazy, guys. I don't know DC very well, so I'm not sure exactly where this would be. But I do know that they were closing roads down, of course. I'm not sure of the circumstances yet. This guy's getting some good shots. pop you back here for a second. Wow. Hopefully we will get some kind of update to explain what has gone on here. Still waiting as well for sentencing for Robert Tellis. Okay, I'm still looking to see if there's anything else. I think we've got the 2 feeds available right now. Wow. How heartbreaking. That's a bad wound. That's a bad spot to get hit. So it says that this happened in the area of I-295 and Eastern Avenue in DC. And there's only the 1 chopper feed as well. Must have happened right in here. The kiss?
Talking to the detectives and stuff. I don't know if his partner witnessed it, what I don't know what his role, but he was, you don't see him now.
I think they might have. Oh, we the people need to stand up and come together and become united again. Break my heart that this country is so off its tilt. Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. But I mean, the US is taking a battering right now. I don't know if this was a stop. I don't know if this was targeted. I don't know. I know nothing about this. They're not saying anything right now. We're not hearing a thing. I don't know if the helicopter will get any closer. If it does, it's getting dark, so. So is that car also? And where's the suspect? Where's the guy that did this? And oh Lord, I've got so many questions. They need to be telling us more. We need more people there on the scene to let us know what's going on. This guy was medevaced to the hospital. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell for notifications and, of course, that thumb, and help me get into the algorithm a little bit better. Great ways to help the channel. Take a look over here again, guys. They're a little bit closer. They're showing a little bit. I think it's still, yeah. They have no audio. It's just that squeal. Look at all those cops. What does that say? DC 295 South Lane is closed. Wow, eh? Unreal. Look at all the cops. So it looks like this happened on the right side. Where is he going? Let's go back here.
Mason, do you copy me?
Literally, we know nothing. Come on, people. If this guy, he needs to be telling us a little bit more.
Do we do a newscast at 7? Is that when they do the...
I mean, that's awesome that he's streaming this, but
want us to do a hit on that show?
tell us what went on.
No, they just stick to fun stuff. Okay. All right. We're right here. We're the only crew right where you need to be. Anyway, we got lucky because we were over here anyway. Okay, no problem.
Okay, you're lucky you got there. All good. Now, tell us what the hell's going on, buddy.
Love it. All right, well, we got lucky. Okay, no problem. If you change your mind, get in my ear, okay? Right. Oh, you may. You think you're good?
Hope everything's going well for you, Candace, if you're still there.
Yeah. I don't know if they want us to stay until they get here, which we can do if they need us to, but yeah.
I wish we knew what was going on, buddy. Tell us. I think he's on the phone.
And I was telling Allison, like, where we are is the best area. It's the staging area because the PIO is right here, and it's the closest you can get to the scene. The Eastern Avenue is on the other side of the highway, and so I think if they come or plug in, I said 1500, but now that sign was half busted. It's the 4500 block. Yeah, that goddamn street, the sign over there is half busted, and it looked like it's 1500, but there was a confusion. It's 4500.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I didn't know that. I'm right here. Well, we'll stay until we see the other guys. Yeah, no. All right, we'll be here until we see them. Okay, and again, give them 4500 block of Coral Street, Northeast Quarles. All right, thank you. All right, bye.
Okay, we're in a good location, but we don't know.
All right, how are you? Very long time. Debbie, are you still in the office?
Yeah.
I love that. Sorry for being close. What were you doing? Were you about to take us further back?
Well, we're putting the media staging area down there. I'm getting ready to set the podium.
Because there's going to be something at 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30.
Okay, can we walk there, like, through this parking lot, or no? What do
So
you
it sounds like maybe this guy's getting somebody else down there, like maybe a reporter's heading that way.
All right, so go down. And then
I don't know. Is this guy maybe just a cameraman? Happened to be close when this happened?
What is Ponds? It's the next main one down. All right, we'll do that.
Okay.
All right, thanks, man. Good to see you.
You too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow. Okay, buddy. Whoa.
Whatever the next major one is. Okay, very cool. All right, thanks, man. Good to see you. We'll see you in a few. Hey, and if you're still watching us on YouTube, we're having to move. There's going to be a news conference in about a half hour, so we're heading that way.
What's going on, Jess?
Yeah, and you're light on your camera. Oh, thank you for this seltzer, man. Hey, how are you, sir?
So, oh, good job, Candace. I'm glad everything's well.
run to the car there.
Oh, okay. I don't
They're
know. Do the selfie.
You don't? Watch this. And then you just hit that white button.
Okay, buddy, where you going?
It worked. See you, my man.
Okay, my man. So he's been asked to move. Does that mean he's getting into his vehicle to do it? Because I don't think what we're seeing. Are we going into the trunk? He's put us in the trunk. He put us in the trunk. Okay, well. Oh my God, that was funny. He didn't. Oh, that is too funny. I'll keep that up because he's streaming, I guess, while we're in the trunk. Oh my God, that's too funny. See where he gets out if he takes us out. So it looks like it's down in that bottom right-hand corner. We're in the trunk, buddy. We can hear you. That is too funny. Put us in the trunk. So there's going to be a news conference, it sounds like. Whoa. Okay. Let me see here. So it sounds like there might be a press conference coming up. It's okay, Lizzie. It's okay. One more. Okay, I do believe we're still in the trunk. I will keep watching because it does sound like there might be a press conference. And nothing has happened as far as sentencing or the penalty phase goes with Robert Tellis. So that is Lizzie, my dog, begging for a cookie. As she does. Okay, I'm not seeing anything right yet. So we literally are waiting to find out what happened here. We just know that something happened because we have a cop that had to be airlifted to a hospital after being injured in the head. So do share it out. We're not seeing a lot of news on this right now. I'm just going to do this because. And this is what it looks like in his trunk. What?
Taken to the hospital. We know ATF is assisting in this investigation, and they just arrived on the scene. What we know now, it is really a massive impact for people trying to get home from work. Again, DC 295 is shut down on the southbound side of the highway. Northbound traffic is impacted but moving. We've got a reporter on the way to the scene. She's almost there. And we have just learned that police will be holding a news conference at 7:30, and that is happening at Douglas Street and Kenilworth Avenue in Northeast. You can watch that presser on WUSA9.com and on WUSA9 Plus, and we'll have a full report on the news at 11.
Okay. Okay, I do believe that our aerial is gone. But I am going to continue to look to see what we've got here, guys. So we've got a couple on the ground, it seems now. And we do still have one on the ground, so we should be good to go, guys.
I was going to text him, but if you want to tell him, like, if he comes to, Quarles, he punches in Quarles Street Northeast at Kenilworth.
Hoping for our press conference here. I don't know exactly what time. They haven't told us. Okay. So we should learn here pretty quick what's been going on. Let's see. I'm bouncing around here, guys. See what we can find. Okay, sounds great, Candace. Thank you very much for being here. I'm looking forward to finding out what's been going on here. Wow, come on, come on. So we've also got this one over here, but we're not seeing as much as we'd like
Anyway, we
to.
got lucky because we were over here anyway. Okay, no problem.
Is that vehicle damaged in the back?
Love it.
Right by that guy's head.
Okay, no problem. If you change your mind, get in my ear, okay?
This guy. Is that damage?
Oh, you may. You think you're good?
So we've got no volume here either. Let me see if I can get anything else. Oh, where are they going? Jasmine. That's enough now. I'm streaming. That's enough. Okay. They're no fools. They know when to come see mom. Oh, yeah, I know. You too. You too. Okay. Good girls. My canine unit cookied up again. Okay, so let's see here. What can I find? Well, that's all we've got right now. So we're on top of it. Looks like a lot of them are leaving. It's not that there's not a lot there still. What you doing? Not the trunk. No, not the trunk. Oh, lordy, buddy. Oh, look at this. Looks like they got something moving. Oh, I'm going to just go back a minute. It was showing people that this 295 is closed and to use an alternate route. Southbound is closed. I can't believe how much is going on around there right now. There's a lot of people there. We just want to know what happened. We've got an officer, probably in surgery at this point. If the wound was to the head, like they were making a sound, and if they medevaced him out, okay, getting dizzy back here. Sun is starting to go down there a little bit, isn't it? Well, I'm thinking a presser should not be that far off. We've got to be getting close. And as soon as they've got one, we'll be on it. So sad. This stuff is happening all over the world right now, this kooky crap. I think we can get it back together. We just have to make some wise decisions in the upcoming days, months, possibly years. I think we can fix it. This shot's a little bit closer, not much, but a little bit. So now it's down to officer. So down to 1. And it does, like I say, it sounds like he was medevaced out of there. And it is a possibility that the one fellow that they were talking to quite a bit earlier could have been his partner. There's talk of that. But until they give us an update, we are just basically at their mercy. Oh, thanks, Maxie. Good to see you. I didn't get a lot of notice with this one, friend. Go back here.
These mics are all working like this? Yes. That's right. Yeah. It's Executive Assistant Chief Jeff Carroll.
Okay, so we're going to get our press conference here, I do believe. Socks and flip-flops. Still not used to it. So hopefully we'll find out here. What the hell's been going on? We've been streaming for 45 minutes and we still don't know what happened. Busy stream day, guys. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Check out the playlist. There's lots in there. And new members, you get our Discord, which is our perk for the members. And with that, you get movies, there's so much that goes on in Discord, guys. Like, it's a great, great spot. So it looks like they've asked them to sit back here. I do see the microphones going up. No, he did say who it was that was going to be speaking. Is he wearing cowboy boots? No. I'm interested in that guy's footwear. I thought it was flip-flops at first. Now I'm wondering cowboy boots. I don't think it's that either. Is it just funky dress shoes? And floods? We call them floods. So it looks like they're fairly close to where this happened. It looks like it was right down there. Yes, that way. But what the hell's going on? We don't know. Let's What are we looking at? Oh, I was looking at something different than you guys. This is what I was wondering about. Is it he's filming the cops through the trees? All righty. I'm just bouncing back and forth between available feeds. Now, this is the one that hopefully we will get our presser on. So is this going to be our update? I think it might be. I'm going to mute out so we can hear. Or maybe they were leaving? All righty. Okay, well, they've got the spot for the presser. Cops have been leaving with their, like, coming out this way towards the microphones with their lights on. Lights and sirens.
I sure do. What's going on? What do you need?
We might be finding out, guys. Might be finding out soon.
All right. Yeah, we just don't know exactly when the presser's going to start. So are they already setting the scene, or you want me to, even if they just pop up, still set the scene for you? We don't have an exact time for the presser starting. Are you still going to want set up even if they just pop up here? Can you hear me? Okay, we don't have an exact time for the presser. Are you still going to want set up even if it just starts, if it pops up? They're saying it's going to start. Jesus. Well, I'm talking to you. Lord. Want to kill this?
That didn't sound like they were going to be doing anything right away, did it? Set the scene so we know what's going on. Well, although we don't quite understand or quite know exactly what happened, let's pray for that cop. I'm not a religious gal. I just believe that we really need to keep some situations, some people in our hearts, and pray for them, to whoever your God may be. Do you hear that crunching? That's my dogs eating ice. That's a treat for them. They love ice.
Check, check, check. Mic check. Check, check, check. All good. Anybody else need it? Check, check, check. That'd be good.
And so are they doing a check? Yeah, traffic sure going at a slow pace. So the guy just said he's not sure when the press conference will be, but I'd like to think fairly soon. People are going to want to know what's going on. I'm way over here in Canada, so it's not as important for me, but it could be for a lot of you. And this kind of thing, you know, sadly, our officers get, no. Officers, I mean, this happens in Canada as well. No more. Jazzy's demanding a cookie right now, like demanding.
Are we coming through clear now? No, I'm just making sure you can hear me if I turn my mic on, that's all.
Mike Jack. So it sounds like they're going to do this quite soon based on what I'm hearing on a different channel. Let's hope. We'll stay here until they're up. I mean, it's got to be damn serious for all these cops to be there. I haven't seen any helicopters up. It's getting pretty dark. And it's not like a chase where they put that light on everything from the air. I thought they were walking up. My mistake. So we'll stay here, like I said, until we know more. Unless the cameramen start making us dizzy or put us in a trunk. Okay, I do see some cops starting to walk in the general direction of the microphones. So, fingers crossed. I thought they were coming. Some pretty heavy discussions. That guy's got the Higgins hair. Whoa. Quarrels. Interesting name for this particular situation. Okay. They must have the bad guy. Uh-oh. No, not the spinny wheel. No. No spinny wheel. No, no. Okay, well, it's figuring it out. Let's just stay over here for a second. And I'll refresh this page. And we'll go back. Oh, it's still doing the spinny wheel. Lizzie. No. Okay, well, let's see here. We had one dropout with the good mics. Okay, again, it looks like we've got most of the feeds again. A little surprised that one just shut down because it was good. Oh, no, we don't. So it looks like right now this is the only one we've got this one as well. I want nice, clear audio. Okay, let's hope this is them coming up. I would think so. That guy's tall. Okay, guys. I think we're finally going to find out what happened. All the white shirts. Is that similar to white hats?
Department in Washington, D.C. I'm here this evening to talk about a very tragic incident that happened in the police department in Washington, D.C. I'm here this evening to talk about a very tragic incident that occurred. At approximately 5:40 this evening, members of their Violent Crime Suppression Division were here in the 4500 block of Coral Street, where they observed a suspicious vehicle stop and an individual exit that vehicle. As officers went to contact and investigate that individual, he then entered the area and jumped on 295 south down the roadway, where officers observed him place a firearm inside of the storm drain. Officers attempted to stop and further investigate that individual who placed that firearm in the storm drain, but unfortunately he was able to flee the area on the back of a motorcycle. We are attempting to locate that suspect. He is described as a black male with long dreads, wearing a white shirt and light-colored blue shorts that was seen fleeing from the area. A short time later, additional officers from our Violent Crime Suppression Division were here in the area attempting to recover that firearm from the storm drain on 295. One of our officers, a crime scene search officer, to recover that evidence. During the process of recovering the firearm from the drain, the firearm went off, striking that officer. The other officers that were here on the scene with him immediately began to render first aid. The officer was transported by helicopter from the scene here to a local hospital where he's currently receiving treatment at this time. As I said, this is a very tragic circumstance. Our heart goes out to the other officers, the Metropolitan Police Department, who go out here day in and day out, putting their lives on the line, and the family of this officer who was injured in this incident. Shortly thereafter this press conference, we will be releasing images of the individual who was observed placing the firearm in the storm drain. We would ask the public, if they were able to help us identify that individual, to contact the Metropolitan Police Department at our real-time crime center at 202-727-9099. At this time, I'll take any questions that you may have.
Do we know the current condition of that officer?
Yeah, currently the officer is receiving treatment at the local hospital. We don't have anything right now more than that.
Was it a crime scene?
And we are now going to be listening to the rest of this press conference and get to our two reporters on the scene on News Channel 8 if you want to switch over to that channel. Those of you watching right now on ABC 7, Jeopardy is going to be restarting right now, but please stay with Channel 8 right now. Let's continue to listen to Assistant Chief Carroll about what is happening at the scene of this officer shot.
When the officers went up to try to contact and interview that individual, they ran from the officers. The officers followed after, and he actually jumped from the service road area here onto the roadway of 295 southbound, the main roadway. When he jumped down, the officers were able to see him place a firearm in that storm drain that we talked about. He then ran in the roadway away from the officers and actually got into northbound 295, where he was able to get on the back of a motorcycle that was in traffic, and he left the area on the back of that motorcycle.
Describe the situation with the officer recovering that weapon. Was the officer fully down into the storm drain, reaching? Do you have any idea of that setup?
That's all going to be part of the investigation. We do know at this point he was attempting to retrieve the firearm, but obviously in a situation like this, our Internal Affairs Division will come out to investigate the discharge of the firearm as it is evidence that was being recovered. Additionally, our detectives will investigate the individual who placed the firearm inside of the storm drain and try to identify him. We do have a lot of our law enforcement partners here from both Maryland and our federal law enforcement partners. The ATF will help to process that firearm once it's recovered by DFS. Our law enforcement partners in Maryland are also assisting with traffic as it comes into the District of Columbia while we continue to process the scene here.
Can you say where the officer was shot? Or did it go on the spot one time?
Sure. So right now, the exact number of times we don't know. That will be part of the investigation. We do know he was struck at least one time. The exact location, I'm not 100% sure. It's somewhere in the upper body area.
And the other officer?
The additional information we get is somewhere in the upper body area. The exact location, I don't know.
Are the injuries believed to be life-threatening?
At this time, he's still receiving treatment at the hospital. The specific nature, I can't say to. We don't have that right now.
Can you describe the effort from the other officers who were, I believe, instrumental in helping to save that officer?
Sure. I mean, so as soon as it happened, obviously the officers were not expecting that, but our officers carry TECC, the emergency tech kits that have clotting materials in there, tourniquets, things like that. So they immediately placed on gloves and getting rendered aid. They also notified DC Fire, and our helicopter Falcon responded over here. The officers were able to quickly get him transported to the helicopter to fly him to the hospital as fast as possible. I know you had a question.
Yeah, Jeff, two things about the guy going out on the highway. Was he lucky he, first of all, didn't get hit by a car? Secondly, I don't know what you call it when you carjack a motorcycle. Was that he didn't know the person on the motorcycle? He just commandeered it with someone?
Yeah, we have no indication that he knew the person that the motorcycle he got on the back of. We do know that he ran in the roadway in the southbound lanes and then actually climbed there's a gap in the fence between the southbound and northbound lanes and got on the northbound side and jumped on the back of the motorcycle. There's no indication that he knows the person. However, that will be part of the investigation to determine if that is the case or not.
But the person on the motorcycle took him, like they were still. He didn't throw the person off and take the motorcycle.
Again, we're very preliminary in the investigation. We know that the motorcycle left and he was on the back of it. What the relationship was, or was it willing or not, or did the person even know? Maybe it's kind of speculation is out there, so I can't really get into that until we have more information. I want to speculate.
You guys said you were investigating because it looked suspicious or tried to stop him. What specifically about what this person was doing?
Sure. I mean, we're an hour into the investigation, so all that'll be part of the overall investigation into the firearm. But at this point, we don't have those kind of specifics out there. All the officers will have to be interviewed, and evidence as far as video and things like that. So it's very early in the investigation.
Can you tell us how long the officer's been in the department and how much he's been in this specific role?
Sure. So I can give you an estimate. He's been on the police department over 25 years. He has been assigned to our violent crime suppression division somewhere in the area of 15 years or so. So he's been there for a long time.
Chief, there was a moped crash nearby. Any involvement? Do you believe this person's now running?
At this time, we don't have any sort of indication that they are connected. But again, this is very preliminary inside the nation now, so we don't have any information on that. All right. I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you.
And we just finished hearing from the Assistant Chief Jeff Carroll about an officer shot in Northeast around almost before 6 o'clock today. Now, Carl Willis is live at the scene. He listened to this press conference where we found out a male officer who was attempting to recover a firearm that had been thrown down a storm drain. When he went to recover that, that is when the firearm discharged and the officer was hit. We did not learn exactly where the officer was hit. We do know he was struck in the upper body. That is what Assistant Chief Carroll did tell this news conference. The officer was taken to the hospital on a aircraft and taken to the hospital there. We have our Christian Flores, who is live at MedStar Washington, where we believe that officer is being treated right now. Christian, what is the scene like there? I know you're outside the gate, but is there police there that are waiting to see what happens with this officer?
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of MPD officers here. You can see just how many cars are in this parking lot. We're right by the emergency room entrance of MedStar Washington Hospital Center. And as we heard in that press conference, the officer who was shot was taken by helicopter right here to this hospital, to the emergency room. We did learn that the officer was shot somewhere in the upper body area, though the officials couldn't really explain or say where exactly in the upper body area that officer was shot. We also are working to figure out the condition of that officer. All that was said was that the officer is being treated at this hospital. They don't really have any sort of idea on condition. I know a reporter there asked if it's life-threatening or anything like that, but officers don't really have an answer at this time, obviously, with the officer still getting treatment right now. And we're still waiting on any sort of update as far as activity out front. Pretty much we're just seeing parked MPD cars. We also see security kind of blocking off one of the sections. We had to actually make a U-turn to get back out here, so we're just not on hospital grounds. But as soon as we get more information, we'll be sure to keep you updated. But right now we're seeing a lot of MedStar helicopters coming in and out. Again, that an officer was transported by helicopter earlier on this evening. We're still waiting on the condition of the officer. We are learning that he is being treated right now after sustaining at least one gunshot injury to the upper body area. And we're also asking MPD officials if they know how many times this officer was shot. But right now, all they're comfortable saying is at least one time. As soon as we get more information, we will be sure to keep you updated. Reporting live at MedStar Hospital, Christian Flores, 7 News.
And Christian, I know that helicopter is for a different case. It's a very busy Washington Hospital Center, MedStar there. What is the feeling like with the officers that are waiting to hear about their fellow police officer who was shot? Do you see anybody out there? Is anybody inside?
It appears most officers are inside. I mean, we have seen some first responders maybe straggling outside. It's kind of tough to tell from where we're standing, but obviously anytime you have a situation like this where a fellow officer is shot and is being treated at the hospital, there is going to be a look of concern on the face. Whether those officers were on scene or not, there's going to be a look of concern once an officer does sustain such a serious injury like a gunshot injury after really trying to fish out this gun that was tossed into a storm drain. And you have a lot of questions still in the air as far as how exactly is this officer doing. Based on the few officers we have seen outside, there obviously is a look of concern, but it does seem like most people are inside the emergency room at this time.
And we will check back in with you in just a little bit. Let's go now to our Carl Willis. And Carl, you are at the scene of where this shooting took place and also where the press conference happened. What can you tell us about what you're seeing right there? Because this area, DC 295, is completely shut down.
Absolutely. Where you saw that press conference, we were on Kenilworth Avenue, the service road, basically, where this whole thing started. Right now, I'm standing right in the middle of Kenilworth Avenue freeway. As you mentioned, it is shut down because that's where it appears that this scene unfolded here. Now, we're told that police were initially called because of a suspicious vehicle that was on Kenilworth Avenue. But after that, it was an accidental shooting that stemmed from that initial call. Police say that they saw this the suspect run onto the freeway here and hop on a motorcycle. There's no indication that he actually knew the person who was driving that motorcycle, but they still carried on down the freeway. And at some point, police say that they heard, or they saw rather, the suspect toss a gun into the storm drain. Now, again, that suspect not firing any shots reportedly, but once an officer went down into that storm drain to retrieve that weapon, it went off, striking that officer in the upper body. That officer had to be taken to the hospital. And again, we're still working to find out exactly how they are doing and how they are pulling through. But again, this all stemmed from an accidental shooting that happened. Police say that their thoughts go out to the officer who was hurt, and they are pulling for them to recover a 25-year veteran of the force. Now, again, they are still saying not exactly what the suspicion was, but it turns out that person who they stopped and were trying to talk to ran, tossed a gun, and that gun, when it was being retrieved, went off and shot this officer in the upper body. Now, I can tell you the side road here, there are a couple of buildings under construction. There appears to be at least one possibly open, so it doesn't look busy at this time. And of course, with the highway shut down and the roads blocked off in many of the intersections around here, there's not a whole lot of activity happening now. Hard to understand exactly what was happening when this happened. But again, it is very quiet now. The freeway is shut down and officers are focusing their attention on the freeway here. There was a report of a moped accident that happened not too far from here, but police were not ready to connect those two incidents. And again, they are just pulling for that officer to recover after being shot in the upper body again, trying to retrieve a gun that was tossed down a storm drain. That is the very latest.
Earl, this happened at 5:40 is what police are telling us. That's the height of rush hour. What's it like for the people that are trying to get around this area?
Well, I can tell you right now, it's slow going. The other direction is typically the case, but you've got an issue with people rubbernecking on this incident. You've got increased traffic, people being detoured all around here. I can tell you just to get here added probably another 30 minutes with all the road closures that were happening all around us. So if you can avoid this, if you can use an app to try to navigate around right now, because it is slow going. So just a warning, if anyone's getting off of work right now and having to go home, don't be surprised, because it is heavy sledding right now. So the traffic is stopped and there are a lot of roadblocks happening right now.
And Carl, we see some more police tape going up across that roadway. Thank you, Carl. We'll check back in with you in a little bit. Let's go now to our Tom Rousey, who's checking on how this is impacting the commute home around the district and into Maryland, because this is on the Maryland-DC border. Tom, what's it look like from?
Okay, guys. So that's what we have
talking about what it looked like right
now. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave it here for now. We're not quite sure when we're going to get an update on that officer with that accidental wound. Let's hope that he can survive this. Like, what the hell is that for bad luck? My God. So if there's anything that comes out, if they do tell us what happens, or if they catch this guy that put the weapon in that storm drain, then we'll come back and take a look and see what's going on, see if they've got anything that'll help us make sense of what just happened in DC. So guys, thank you ever so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I will subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.